Welcome to Pro Chef Cuts. Today, the onion. Today we're going to cut the onion 3 ways. We're going to cut it the way I learned it in culinary school at CIA. We're going to learn to cut it the way I learned to do it really quickly, and we're going to julienne it. Let's get started. First thing you want to do, take your ends off your onion. Get rid of any of the skin that's there. I like to take off as little as possible. Cut it in half. Peel off the outer skin. Once you have it peeled, you'll see that the onion has lines on it. The lines on the onion are there to guide you. Julienne half of this onion. So we'll follow the lines and we'll go through them. We're not going to cut across the grain on this onion because when you cut with the lines, you get a much better product. You'll follow the lines around. You won't cut straight down as you get started, but instead you'll follow the lines all the way to the other side. That took about 2 seconds and we have a perfectly julienned onion. Now that we have our beautiful juliennes, we're gonna dice some onion. Up in Hyde Park, we learned to cut here, here, and here, and here, and here, and here, and then cut here, and 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 here. Whole thing about food, you control the food doesn't control you. Let's get started cutting this the way I learned at CIA. So we'll slice down and we'll go all the way to the back, but not through the back. Now when you're cutting an onion, unless you like to cry, it's essential to use a sharp knife. All right, now this is taking some time, and I'm a little out of practice at this because I don't usually cut it that way. For the last cut, I'll just go here, there. And then we're gonna cut straight down these lines. You can already see that I'm starting to get some fall away pieces that aren't really gonna do what I want them to do because they'll just get in the way. So let's get them out of the way. Because again, we control the food, and food doesn't control us. Then we'll go back across the cuts that we made. So this is the 3rd time I'm cutting across this onion. I'm getting some pretty solid cuts. Now that's a good example of a dice. It's gonna be 1/8 of an inch. These onions, except for a couple little pieces, are pretty well cut. But you'll see that I have a bit of waste here. Again, I'm not gonna throw this away. I'm gonna use it for a broth that I'm gonna make. There you see, we have some pretty well diced onion, but in real life, we're not great at it. So let's go ahead and try this again. We'll do it the fast way. We're gonna take this onion, do the same thing we did with the other one. Peel it. Beautiful part about a chef knife is it has a bit of a curve right here, which allows me to cut all the way to the back while not losing any of these pieces along the way and going through the back. Let's see how it works. We're gonna turn our knife almost to the side to get our first cut in there. So we're just gonna push it forward. We'll let the knife do the work. I'm cutting to the back and not through the back. Let's do it one more time just so you can see it. We'll turn our knife almost parallel to the board for our first cut. And then we'll follow the lines that nature's given us on this onion. And as we get to the other side here, we're gonna turn our knife the opposite direction of the way we had it the first time. Here we go. Nice and tidy, nice and clean. I'm in full control of this onion. And now we'll cut. Now these dices are a little bit less uniform in shape than the onion that we cut in the CIA way. But you'll see in a comparison, if I need to cut an onion, I just cut a whole onion as fast as the other half of the onion. You'll see that these onions are a little more uniform than these are. Now these are all the same size, but if you're turning in a culinary project, you want to make sure you turn in something like that. Thanks for joining us here today on Pro Chef Cuts. I hope you learned something great about cutting onions.